The man has won titles after titles with Manchester City, but Guardiola is leaving come end of the season. This news broke on Monday between Arsenal and Burnley. However, now it's confirmed that Crystal Palace will be his final game, and the man rumoured to come in is Enzo Maresca. He's going to take over, and I'm going to be the chairman of Manchester City, as we're going to try and keep City on top, despite the best manager in Prem history leaving. Yes, people, welcome here to a new series, Manchester City, but it's going to be a difficult one because obviously Pep's leaving, there's charges, there's a new manager, there's a new rebuild, and there you go, we've just won the FA Cup. At the time of recording this, Bournemouth hasn't took place yet. We're going to sim that game, and the live points supposedly had us not winning one game, so looks like Guardiola's not going to go out with the title, as Bournemouth is going to be a 2-0 win, and Aston Villa a 4-1 win. What did that give the league table a look at the end of the year? Or what did it give the table a look like? Well, even with that game, we wouldn't have won the league. Arsenal do, us in second, United then Liverpool, Villa dropping out to 5th, and this is the team Pep is leaving behind. I mean, he's done a few rebuilds, but the next one's going to be the toughest one. The captain Bernardo Silva is leaving. He's had players like David Silva leave in the past. And John Stones is leaving. He's another captaincy figure. Plenty of players out on loan from Manchester City. Players who have played well. Obviously, we do have Erling Haaland here, Phil Foden, Cherki, Nico O'Reilly, Semenyo's new, Tajani Reinders. Doku's been fantastic this season. However, the season is over for Pep, and he's still currently in charge of this club. As here comes Enzo. He's taking over his... Well, he was the assistant manager to Guardiola, and he's still holding up his shirt. And this is a team he is taking over at the start of 2026-27 season. No 6-7 jokes there, please. All the players are back from loans, including Jack Grealish, Akanji, Calvin Phillips. I think his days in Manchester City's shirts might be over. There's no new kits for this season because I am continuing with how it started. Maybe for next season. I know the kit creation mod was going a bit dodgy. As here's the players that have left. Bernardo Silva, John Stones, they have gone to Paris and Arsenal respectively. They are big moves, as this is the first time in my office a player's approached me, and it is the big man Ryan Cherki, or the new signing Ryan Cherki even. Big boss, now that Guardiola's gone, will I be starting some football games under this new man Enzo Maresca? Because I know a lot of boys are not happy with him getting the job. Hi Cherki, I'm sure you will be in a new signing. I'm the new chairman. Very excited to welcome you here. And who's upset about Guardiola leaving exactly? Well, he says a few of actually the main boys. They feel like their time is up also. I think they'll want to be sold. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm only just telling you. They think the new manager's not going to play them with the way he played at Chelsea, and the fact he will want to bring new signings in, and of course, you will. Oh my days, and there is some unhappy faces. Donnarumma, Mateus Nunez, Rodri, Doku, Rico, Lewis, Ake, and Aitnuri. Some I'm not bothered about leaving, but this man is just slightly unhappy. Erling Haaland! Please do not leave this club. Newspapers actually signalling he does want to leave, but I don't think that's entirely true. Obviously, we're the owner of this club. I'm looking from afar, and I'm also not happy with Donnarumma. In fact, we might have to make a statement. Rodri, the Ballon d'Or winner, he's turned 30. Do we just transfer list these unhappy players? There's players I truly wanted to transfer list or loan out, like Max Alenier, and I do want to bring players in for the new manager Enzo Maresca. Enzo, first things first, can you keep Erling Haaland happy? He says, yes boss, I am on it. I'm going to keep him happy by playing my style of football and impressing him as a player with it, but I still want signings, obviously. And that was going to be my second question. Where do you think Manchester City need to sign? Well, looking at Akanji back from loan, looking at Ruben Diaz, also Ake, Vardiol's injury. I think we do need a quality centre-back if we are going to go for the Premier League and prove that I've got it as a manager. But the first things first have to go down. I need to change to my tactics and get this City team cooking. And his favoured formation, Enzo, it's kind of working out for us because it is the 4-2-3-1 and I am going to go with the wide variant. We can't be deep though as Manchester City. Short passing, and I'm going to go with a high line. Going to stick with wingers, have a shadow striker. We need inverted fullbacks. That's kind of the Guardiola way, although he has gone and left. Can we do inverted both? Nunez, one of the unhappy players. If we have a midfielder sitting as a centre-half, why not try something new? As we're going to take the unhappy players out of the team, see what that leaves us. There we go. That's with Haaland out. Marmoush will be our striker, and right back actually needs signing. Vardiol can't really play there. Both Nunez is unhappy and Rico Lewis, as I think we sell first. We've got 64 million here at City, which isn't much, you know. Did Guardiola bring across his own money? We've got a 6'9" goalkeeper in the academy. I'm promoting Roman Reed straight away. Before I see anything else, we've got Leon Wilson and a right back here in Sean Hicks. I know the pressure's going to be on Enzo, so I've got all the coaches he can ask for before the players start actually flooding out, because that's what some players want. They want moves. We're going to face Arsenal in the Community Shield, then Sheffield United, who should have never been promoted, Chelsea's old team, and Southampton. Come on, I think we play Arsenal and Chelsea, potentially after this signing. But it's firstly players out time as the first one. This might hurt his relationship with the fans. Enzo's, that is, because it is Rodri. He's gone to a league rivaling Spurs where he should play with literally no pressure. They just scrape survival, but we're still bringing through the promising players, getting them all loaned out. But here we go. The fans might be back on his side. Finally selling Calvin Phillips. He's gone to Burnley, Heskey to Genk, Vitor Reis to Newcastle. Need to get onto this signing quick, as there's the green light for some defenders. Nunez and Akanji out. Sold Marcus Bettinelli because I know we've got a young English goalkeeper coming through. To comply with the rules, as I want to just make this signing that can get into the first game. I want to see Maresca ball with 234 million. The obvious choices would be someone he's coached before, like Reece James, and Malo Gusto, who's made the move to Paris Saint-Germain. Brilliant signing. Then when you look statistically, it kind of tells you what Enzo Maresca wants. He wants an all-out right back who can kind of do everything. We're playing with inverted players. Enzo Maresca is Italian. We could take the experienced man straight away with well-balanced stats, Giovanni Di Lorenzo, and maybe try and convince Rico Lewis to stay at the club. It's a long time coming if that's to happen, because he was very unhappy. As yes, it's not a flashy name, but Di Lorenzo joins from Napoli, bringing across that winner's mentality, and this is the team I was going to go for. A very unhappy man in Doku, though, however, is best off on the left. No Haaland making an appearance. Maybe it's because of him playing at the World Cup. With Norway being a little bit tired, it looks like Arsenal are in full force for this 50p piece. I mean, they don't play in this competition as much as Manchester City do. Mikel Arteta copying Enrique. Can Maresca copy Guardiola in his winning mentality ways? Bukayo Saka jumps in the way of that ball. Victor Gyökeres. Eze trying to shoot on goal. Saka, look how quick they've started. Trafford is in our goal. I chose James, obviously, as Nico O'Reilly gets that header away onto Semenyo. Here goes Antoine Semenyo, just running at the back line. Calafiori can't catch up. New signing galore here at Wembley, and he loves to play with Phil Foden, potentially reviving his career. Great goal. That's something Enzo could do to win the fans over from the Guardiola era. Get the best out of Philly and Foden. Look at this run. Just run straight through the middle. Shoot straight down the front of the goal. I think it kind of is poor goalkeeping, as 26 minutes in, the game's boring because when I force the ball to Doku, it just looks like he has no place in this squad. Kind of looks like he wants to leave immediately. Eze trying to get an angle. At least Kusanov's been a little bit loyal. That is a terrible tackle. Marmoush, Subimendi, Gyökeres. It is Gyökeres getting the ball out wide into Saka. Oh dear, I don't like this. They're just squeezing straight through us. James Trafford with an easy catch. Antoine Semenyo. Phil Foden, the best player in this game so far. Marmoush making a decent run in behind. Omar Marmoush. Gets a yellow card for going near post. Probably. I joke though. Reinders back in this team, and that was a header towards the top corner. Half-time in the Community Shield. And I think we're underdogs in this game, winning the game. Calafiori into Trossard, Victor Gyökeres, Eze. We need to keep running across. Declan Rice into Bukayo Saka. Eze, he's on a swift turn into Gyökeres. They're not getting going. There might be no need to sub Haaland on in this game. Kusanov through the middle onto Doku. Reinders is going to turn inside, get a brilliant ball into Jeremy Doku again. Oh, that is a terrible pass. He is not up for this game. Bukayo Saka, 74 minutes on the clock. I'm trying to make changes. He's going to dive, I can tell. I don't know why Gyökeres is so good at passing. Zubimendi not. O'Reilly, he needs to be inverted and get forward. But here's the space for Phil Foden through the middle. Haaland still not on the field. Jeremy Doku, he's just lazy. One of the players seeming to down tools. Win that header. We don't. Eze on a smart swivel. Straight through the middle of everybody. And we need to try and get substitutions rolling. We've made a few. I think actually I've made them all, because I made a lot. Di Lorenzo, he's on the field. He's looking for Kovacic, the experienced man Maresca can try and rely upon. He whipped a ball into the middle, and the game just petered out. We've beaten Arteta. The true way to get Manchester City fans on side, not show as Arsenal fans, is win a trophy in your first game with your new signing actually making his first appearance. Look how happy City fans are now. There wasn't when Guardiola immediately left. And the first game of the season against Sheffield United for City is gonna be a 3-0. Get in there. But oh dear, a big offer for Erling Haaland. 182 million. I'm sorry, I've still got to turn that down. More reports coming in that Erling Haaland is currently unsettled, but willing to turn it around if Manchester City can show good form and continue to play him. And it looks like he is in the team for this one. And also in the team is Phil Foden, Cherky. He's changed it up. The Community Shield must have been that one off. He's against his former club now in Chelsea. Jeremy Doku is out of the lineup. Semenyo. We've already seen Cherky and Foden as the three attacking players. Semenyo, Erling Haaland. Hopefully he gets happy if he does have a decent performance. We feed him and he does score with Semenyo. That's a terrible cross. Might struggle on the left-hand side. Still, that's where we've got to play him, with Palmer over the top, looking straight at Reece James. Reece James straight into Estevao. Tackle, not kept in. I hate moments like this. Corner ball. Chalobah at the near post. O'Reilly, turn out into Semenyo. We need to get options going forward. None at the moment. Reinders round the corner. Mateo, Kovacic, Phil Foden. Right, Erling Haaland, make your run through the middle. This is the ex-team, of course, in Chelsea. That just bounced off his head. Reinders intercepting a ball. What can Reinders do here? Tajani. He's looking at every single option. He goes through the middle into Foden. Foden into O'Reilly. Come on, Semenyo, try to find an option. Please find an option, should I say. Foden just not shooting. It's more attacking than Guardiola's ways, I would say, in how forward-thinking it is. No passing around from the back, but it is still fairly dodge. We need to get away now. Phil Foden. Haaland waiting on the halfway line, almost. Come on, in this second half, can we impress a little more? It's a terrible pass. Reece James. They just know the manager's tactics. They don't even have to do homework. Ryan Cherky, he's going to try and cut inside into Kovacic in this lineup. Trusting Kovacic over Nico Gonzalez is a new one. There's Kovacic on the run forward against one of his former clubs, and that is a risky pass. Akanji, the ex-player, he gets away with one, but Ruben Diaz, Di Lorenzo into Ryan Cherky again. Kovacic, Foden. That's a good ball in behind. It's Ryan Cherky. Erling Haaland making the run forward. If we can get that one onto Foden, it's a goal. 85 minutes on the clock. Foden is revived. It's going to be another 1-0. 1-0 to the citizens. That is going to be the song that rings around the stadium. A brilliant ball into Phil Foden. Just knuckleballs. And it is a win. That's 2 out of 2. 0 goals conceded. This couldn't get any better for Manchester City. However, there's more leaks. Before the end of this transfer window, the jury have decided what happens with the 115-point charge. And it's not looking good for Manchester City.